Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. My name is Yadi and I'm an esthetician instructor, and today I am taking you inside of my classroom. In today's demo, I will be demonstrating how to do an eyebrow wax and tint. As you guys can see, my lovely model has nice, beautiful, thick brows. She has let them grow out, and we are going to be cleaning them up and giving them back its shape. In my many years of teaching, I have found that a lot of students are always afraid to do brow waxing, and I cannot blame them. No one wants to mess up anyone's brows. So what you're seeing me do here is I am explaining to them how to go about shaping the brow and what to look for, where the brow should start, where the arch should be, and where it should end. Now, all of this, if you are an esthetician student, it should be in your wax hair removal chapter. So here I am demonstrating where the brow should start and also where the arch should be, which will be the corner iris of the eye and where it should also end. Again, these are simple guides. You want to definitely analyze your client's face, their brow shape, and again, I'm using a applicator spatula to help me determine. Overall, her brows are perfect where they're at. They simply need cleaning. If you need to mark the client, you can use either a concealer pencil or just a white pencil. You know, it doesn't have to be anything expensive or fancy. It will be completely up to you as long as you're able to see it. Okay, right there, and again right there, but we're gonna clean it up some. Okay, we already checked, so we know it's good. I like to get in front of the client, okay, when I'm waxing, and then I will go on the opposite end and also get in front of her. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to use the concealer. Okay, I always lift the person's brow up. Okay, I just feel like I'm able to see everything a lot better, and I'm going to, so you guys can come from that angle if needed. Okay, so what I'm using are concealer pencils. You can obviously use anything of your choice, either white or just something of a different color that you're able to see. I am listing all of these items on my Amazon store, so it'll be linked in the description box. Other side. She does have a few gaps right there. I don't know if you guys can see right in there. Okay, but that's why I want the tint, because what the tint is going to like give the illusion of filling that area in. Yeah. For someone who shies away from waxing brows because you're not very confident, I highly recommend this method. So for all you students out there that are scared to wax brows, try doing this method and I promise you, you will feel more confident. This small spatula, okay, this waxing stick that you guys are watching me use is my absolutely favorite size when it comes to waxing brows because they're very precise. Okay, that is very important so that you're able to apply the wax exactly where you want it to go. Also, the fabric strip, okay, this is a Pellon fabric that I am using. I cut them this way, by the way. I kind of shape them to be, you know, kind of arch, and I'm working with the very corner of the actual strip. Please remember, I mean, if you get anything out of this, get this: never apply the full fabric over the entire area where you applied wax and then rub. That will be the worst thing you can do. Doing that is only going to make that wax move and slide up, potentially grabbing hair that you do not want off. Okay, so as you see me here, okay, right now I'm working with the very tip, okay, the corner of the fabric, and I'm only applying it over where I applied the wax. Notice how I did not apply it over the hair that does not have wax, for instance, and that is key, okay, to avoid any oopsies. No one wants to mess up. It is scary to wax brows, even for the most seasoned esthetician. You know, we still have to make sure that we're being very careful and we're keeping an eye on everything. So I really hope this video is helping you guys get a little bit of a better idea, as far as what to do and what not to do as well. Also, I am using soft wax, and yes, you are able to do this exact same technique using hard wax. I also use hard wax as well. I'm just using soft wax in this demo. For brows, I think I always lean more towards soft wax. That's just a preference, but all in all, you can use hard wax as well. Nothing wrong with that. It's just whatever you are used to using, and it'll be fine. Well, now with soft wax, you should know that you do not wax over the same area more than once. I hope that you guys already know that, so that's very important when it comes to using soft wax. Also, notice how I start at the beginning of the brow. That's just the way that I do it. You guys, the beauty of this is that you're able to use different techniques. I'm showing you mine, and hopefully some of you guys out there like it, try it, and hope that it works.
Here I use this spatula nice and flat.
Something else I would like to point out is the importance of draping your client's hair, whether it's the use of a headband like the one I'm using or a simple towel. The last thing you want to do is to get wax on your client's hairline or on their hair, okay? Remember also that any leftover hair that did not pick up with the wax, you're always welcome to tweeze after. We are applying the wax in the direction of the hair growth and pulling it in the opposite direction while you hold the skin taut.
Ooh. They do look so good.
Now I'm just going to get a little bit of a remover. Okay. I don't ever tweeze without using a remover first. That's because wax gets stuck on the hair, and you want it to soften it so that you're able to lift the hair off pretty well. I am going to do the middle in just a second. Turn your head a little bit this way so you can kind of see it a little bit. They'll be able to get a good view out of that one. This one actually has more hair. Ooh. This brow does.
Wow.
It has a lot more hair than her right side. The left one does. I am trimming. If you're going to be trimming someone's brow, make sure that you're brushing them downward and then upward and then removing any excess hair. You just want to make sure that you are removing the right amount of hair and not overly removing hair, because then that can make someone's brows look overly thin, and that's not what you want to do, especially if that's not the look that they're going for. So again, I'm gonna grab all my little sticks ready. You guys, these will be the best for waxing. You guys see how precise and how clean they are, and this is definitely what you want. Notice how when I grab wax, I grab it from the edges, dip down, swipe. Make sure that you only have wax on one side of the stick and not both. Only on one side, okay? And then you're not dripping wax all over the place, okay? And I always start on the inner portion of the brow, and I always lift, okay? Even if they don't have hair that needs to be removed, it just helps to really clean any peach fuzz. Okay, and that's how you get those really sharp, clean lines. And use your stick really smooth and flat. Okay, trash. This, like I said, this one definitely has more hair, and there's some that, see, like that right there goes there. There's here. Yep. Okay, here we go. Always white. I might do this in 2 sections also, just because she has a lot of hair. Like one hair that I don't want removed came in here. Again, it is challenging when it's curly, you guys. Okay. And I'm not going to apply where I already did. That would be, it will lift her skin and not good. And so if you ever accidentally apply wax on an area where, you know, you didn't mean to, always go and use something like that to help remove the excess off. Since I just use oil, if I don't remove it all the way, that wax is not going to lay properly. It's going to want to roll off the skin versus adhere and attach itself. So we're getting it, okay? Sorry you guys, but trying to position the camera so that you guys are able to see everything was extremely hard for this video, but I hope you guys are able to catch some of it. Okay, so we are now ready for the tint. I am using the brand Reflecto-Sil. I'm not saying this is the best product out there. There are many, many brands out there that are amazing. That's just what we have at the school, so that is what I'm using in the color black. As you guys can see, I am using a dappen dish and a small angle brush to apply the product on her actual brow. Now, I always start off by trying to outline the natural shape of the brow. Now, the product is going on the hair. If it happens to tint or stain some of the skin where she does have gaps, then that's great. But all in all, remember that we wash our face daily. And so that tint in those areas like skin is not going to stay for 3 to 4 weeks, you guys. Let's be honest. So the tint is meant to go on actual hair. So if a client does not have any hair, the tint is nothing's really gonna happen. At least not for a long amount of time, like for several days. So just keep that in mind. Again, as you guys can see, I applied it. I did leave the beginning of her brow without tint just to give her a softer ombre effect on the brows. Now I am applying to the other side. It'll be the exact same process. As far as processing time, I believe I left this on her brows for about 5 to 7 minutes and just removed with water. I was not trying to go for something super dark, or although I was using black, I did not leave it on there for too long, okay? I just wanted to give it a little bit of a pop, and that's exactly what we were able to accomplish with the color and with the processing time. So we were very happy, so make sure you stay to the end to see the results. If you're needing to remove any oopsies, like if you happen to apply tint outside of the areas where you meant to, just try using an occlusive product. Maybe Vaseline is what I tend to use to clean up, which is what I'm doing right now. Therefore, you're able to get a really nice, clean look at the end. Be sure to always keep track of time so that you're timing both brows appropriately. I am finishing it off by applying a skin tone concealer under her brows to give it an even more clean look. We were all very happy with the way these brows turned out. It was a great demo for all of those that were watching in person. I hope you guys liked this video and you were able to catch a few things that maybe were new to you, but either way it goes, I hope you enjoyed it. And that is it, you guys. Her brows look absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much to our lovely model for letting us record this for all of you guys to go back and watch. That's it, you guys, for this video. Thank you again for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you like these waxing videos. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to share, like, and please consider subscribing. As always, keep going, keep growing, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.